Today's video, we are going to pretend that this hat does not cast a massive shadow on my face. It's the worst lighting. I'll fix it. No, in today's episode, I found some pretty cool clips that I want to share with you. The first is of an Airbus A400M, and the second, we'll get to the second a little later. So let's talk about the first one. So as many of you know, there's been a lot going on in Afghanistan recently. I don't really want to speak on that too much. This is not a political channel. But as you know, there is things happening there. And so today we have a video that's pretty crazy. It's of a German Airbus A400M landing in Kabul airport. I'm sure you've heard a lot about Kabul airport recently. And they're landing at night. But the craziest thing about this video is that they're landing at night with the lights off. I'll show the video now.
100 above. Minimum. $500. 400. 300. 200. 150. 100. 70. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
So that kind of blows my mind. I personally have never flown a plane. I'm sure some of you out there have. The closest thing that I've ever flown to a plane is the Mark II, which I've shown videos of that, and I'm already not a great pilot, even on a little RC plane. I have to work on it, I know. But it's insane. And one of my favorite parts is that you have the audio of the actual altimeter reading out in the back, because it's just crazy how fast the ground comes up on them, and they don't turn the lights on. Now, the reason they don't turn the lights on, it's for safety. When flying into enemy territory or flying over enemy territory, a lot of times flights will turn all their lights off. And I've seen this happen before. I've even known people that have talked about how they have to turn the lights off in certain parts of flights they've taken. But I've never seen it done on a landing at night. I think that is super cool, and it's crazy because you can see the lights going down the runway, but you can't really see the tarmac at all. I mean, and you can hear when they touch down, and it didn't seem, just judging by the noise and the way that the camera was pretty still, it didn't seem like they had that rough of a touchdown, which absolutely blows my mind. I guess shout out to these pilots, because that's pretty crazy. So the next video is one that has always also been really cool to me, which is STOL planes. So these are often also called bush planes, the more lighter and rugged types. But what a STOL plane is STOL, S-T-O-L, stands for short takeoff or landing. And at first, might just be like, oh, well, there's lots of planes that can take off in a short distance, land in a short distance. No, not this short. Watch this. So this is a STOL plane competition to see who can take off and land in the shortest distance, which is absolutely insane. These are not RC planes. These are not by any means lighter than aircrafts. These are airplanes with people in them that can manage to take off in that looks like a couple yards in the video, um, which is absolutely mental. The reason why they're called bush planes sometimes is because often they're used to access areas that 99% other planes would not be able to get to. Even smaller planes like a small Cessna trainer or um, stuff in that range, even those cannot quite access the places that these do. You may notice if you've ever seen these before that some of them have big wheels, and that's because when I say they can land anywhere, I mean they can land anywhere. So I'm going to do a whole extra video about stove planes just because I think they're so cool. But really quick, I'm going to give you some examples of places that I've seen these land, at least in videos. I saw one land on the side of a mountain, on the sloped side of a mountain, and they were able to stop the aircraft, and then they just kind of flipped it around, took off, going the other way, and that blew my mind. And I also saw one dude. So set up for this scene, there was a river, fairly large river. It looked like it was probably in Alaska or Colorado, and in the middle of the river there was a sort of a rock bank almost, just like pebbles, like uh, coarse sand type of area. It was just this little strip of land, and the river went around it. And the pilot had managed to land on that strip and then turn around and take off. And it couldn't have been more than 20 yards. I mean, it's absolutely insane. But I'll make a whole nother video about that. I hope you guys enjoyed today's clips, and I hope they're as interesting to you as they are to me. I will also be releasing a video soon to the Aerospace Talk series about V-tails and T-tails, the different types and the pros and cons. And I'm going to do a video about the tail I chose on the Mark III, but those will be separate. I just want to do an informational video because during my research I learned a lot of stuff that may be helpful to others. Thanks for watching.